world, I'm Miyah and I would like to welcome you to the latest episode of my blog series. So far, I have been able to share my own experiences with you guys on what it's like for me to live with Asperger syndrome. A second thing that I will do is give my 2 cents on what's going on with autism and the media. A third area entails providing tips and advice for those of you who are on the autism spectrum, and for you family members and you friends and peers, classmates, educators, therapists, employers, vocational rehabilitation, and stakeholders as well. And finally, I also would like to mention that I cover a series of topics that are not autism related. Now, before I dive into tonight's topic, what I would like to do first is mention something very exciting. So here it is. Most recently, I had started getting into writing because I think it's really critical as a leader of the autism community and somebody who works at a major university as well as someone who's a scholar there. And what I am doing is writing some scholarly blogs, things like the autistic brain, as well as other practical matters that are not autism related. And I'm spending less time talking about my own experiences of living with autism because A, I have a degree in psychology, and B, what else can I say? And what I would like to do is give a shout out to Daniel Wendler's TEDx video, and you can check that out in the right-hand corner right here. And I had also had a chance to interview Daniel Wendler while I was at the Matthew Reardon Autism Conference. So please be sure to check that out under my channel because he is an amazing fellow, next to also having his own website entitled ImproveYourSocialSkills.com. So please be sure to check them out. Now, what I would like to do now is talk about my own experiences of what it's been like for me to live with Asperger syndrome. And what I'm going to do first is hop into the doctor's TARDIS, which is the time and dimensional... I can't even think of what it is, but the TARDIS anyway. But basically, I'm going back to the year 1991 when I was only 9 years old. And it was during this time that my mother had sent my sister and I to a daycare program where she had worked. And I was with the other school-age children. And of course, my sister was still in preschool, or she was post-toddler age anyway. And what I ended up doing was getting involved in all kinds of activities, and one of them was participating in outdoor sports in the summer, and that was to keep us busy, and they took us out to these recreational activities on a regular basis. And one of the things that they had going on was I don't know what you call it, it was a soccer tournament, and of course I had no interest in sports or soccer whatsoever. I would have rather sat around and talked about The Little Mermaid and sung songs from The Little Mermaid like Part of Your World, because that's just who I was. And I remember one time that I was required to go and participate in the soccer game, and I had absolutely no experience, and I was absolutely scared to death. And there was another girl in the group that was a casual friend of mine, and she said, "Miyah, are you nervous? Let me help you." So I agreed to go along if she was going to help, and this was when one of my teachers approached me, and I know that she meant well and she wanted me to play, and she came up to me and said, "Miyah, out with that." And of course, I didn't know what she meant. I thought she was mad at me about something, but it ended up causing me to have a meltdown, and I spent 15 minutes crying because I couldn't understand what she was talking about. And I was also so scared at that point that I refused to play soccer. And I wanted to mention that one of the things that we go through as an individual on the spectrum is whenever you try something new, and whenever somebody is encouraging you to go out there and expand your horizons, it's normal to feel really scared because we like our comfort zones. And that's exactly how I felt. I was really scared. And then when my teacher went and made that comment in a rather callous manner without really explaining the situation to me, I couldn't quite comprehend it, and it scared me even more. And I think it's really common to face those kind of issues on a regular basis. And I really think that as a teacher, she should have come up to me and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Miyah, I didn't mean to make you cry. The reason why I said out with that is because I would like you to give soccer a try. And I think you and I should work on this one-on-one because it might be good for you to get the exercise." But instead, she just decided to say out with that, and then she just turned around and ran off. And as parents and teachers and educators and therapists, I don't recommend springing something on somebody like that. And I also do not recommend going up to somebody and blurting out little short comments that the individual on the spectrum does not understand. Because A, they're scared in the first place, and B, when you do that, you're going to get a response like a meltdown. So because of their response, and because I became more scared, I ended up losing my privileges to play soccer. So I ended up associating with 3 or 4 girls, and we ended up losing our opportunity to get into the final tournament. And a lot of the other students were mad at me because I refused to play. So please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and comment below on your own experiences of similar situations with struggles of trying new things and dealing with people that don't quite get it, that we get scared easily. And please also share my videos with your teachers and with your parents, and for those of you who are on the spectrum, share these with your peers as well. Until next time, I'm Miyah Sundermeyer, and I'm signing off now.